morning. I'm going to talk about making choices today because so many of us make that process harder than it really needs to be. I just want to move so I look like I have antlers. Okay, done with that. So if you're like me, you were taught as a young person to make a list of pros and a list of cons and figure out your choices. And that can be useful. I'm going to talk about something that's more about tapping into your awareness and what you know rather than your logical mind. Because you probably ran into this if you were taught to do that. Well, this pro weighs more than this con, but the list of cons is longer and you still had to weigh a lot, and it's not that quick and easy. So I'm going to illustrate this through a story. I was asked to come facilitate a 4-day class called The Foundation in Seattle next week. And I was asked just a couple weeks ago, so it didn't give a long time to set up the class, create it, and also, it's cold in Seattle. Logically, I'd rather stay in the warmth of Hawaii, and in order to go, I have to plan out my family and get coverage for my kids and all this stuff. And yet, when I asked these two questions, it was so clear to go. So the questions are, truth. If I choose this, how will my life be in 5 years? Then you get a sense. It could feel clunky, like something's off. You tap into what you know. It could feel like, I'm really lit up about this. It's expansive. It feels good. It feels right. And then, how is my life in 5 years if I don't choose this? And then you get a sense of that. Is that one clunky? Is that one, oh yeah, if I don't choose it, it feels better. And that's about following your awareness. You may call it intuition, you may call it your wisdom, whatever it is for you. But when you follow that, things always work better. Have you noticed? So when I asked these two questions, how is my life in 5 years if I go teach in Seattle area, it was like whoosh, feels right, really light and expansive. And if I don't, more contractive. And one tip is to always ask yourself truth before you ask those two questions, because then you won't lie to yourself. Let's say, I really don't want to go, so, or I really do want to go. So we can kind of fool ourselves a little bit, but if you always ask truth, you'll know, even if you don't really want to know. So follow your awareness. You have your answers and your knowing, and that's one of the things we really explore in the foundation class, actually. And it's not even that you have your own answers, it's that you know the next step to take when you're really paying attention. So these are two of the questions we play with in the class, and a whole lot more questions, because we don't have answers for you. There's nothing to follow except your own knowing. Have fun with those two questions, and please let me know how they work for you, either in the comments below or by emailing me or Facebook. All right. Aloha.